Number 3, Allen Iverson. You know, I'm loving this documentary. I don't know where I was. Allen Iverson, one of the best. I guess I was too busy, caught up with my Michael Jordan. You know, I think I just didn't make the transition with basketball with the Allen Iverson, but I wish I had, because now that I'm watching this show, I'm like, this guy was phenomenal. Perhaps even number 2, number 3. I mean, you know, Michael Jordan is number 1. You know, in fact, I'll make this. Who is the top 5 basketball players of all time? Michael Jordan, Allen Iverson, Kobe Bryant. Or would you put Kobe, you know, listen to this, but I got a joke. I'm going to hack, what's his name? Jeff Foxworthy. I got a Jeff Foxworthy joke I'm going to steal. Give me a second. Look at this.
Things that
there he's dancing.
Being involved with him, nobody trains you for that.
It's a growing process. All of us, we getting better. I mean, we've been poor for 20 years plus, and I mean, I finally came into some money now. You know, I want to live a little bit now. You know what I'm saying?
The whole world wondering how much
Holla.
banking, man.
Oh, by the way, you want to PayPal me, Americana417@gmail.com.
Yeah, I know it ain't no.
Holla.
Pockets ain't playing. You believe what I say?
Holla.
Becoming rich just out of nowhere.
Boom. Yeah, it was really difficult. When I sued Muleshoe for 2503 and $58 million, man, is hard. I got to treat myself to something. Buy a whip.
I knew that he had been deprived of a lot of things in his life. I just hoped that he would mature and get to the point that he wouldn't be hurt by that.
You
No.
don't train these kids to handle the responsibilities they have. You put anybody in their position, they're not all going to handle it the right way right off the bat.
A promising young pro basketball
Watch
player
this.
is facing legal problems this morning.
This is
Police
really
say
good.
Philadelphia's Allen Iverson, the NBA Rookie of the Year last season.
That's
has
it,
been
his
charged with
trial.
Marijuana and firearms possession.
There's a lot of negative.
Look at this. Here you go.
in life that I try to get rid of, but they always stick around. Like, it's like you can hide from the devil, but he gonna always find you.
He was in a car with that had pot, a gun, and the driver was speeding. He wasn't speeding, he was in shotgun, but he got arrested and they put him on probation.
Allen's loyal. If you're down with him, he'll do anything for you. And sometimes I think the loyalty had him keep people around that maybe you should.
You ever see Beetlejuice? Watch this. I mean, does that guy's shoulders, it almost look like a talking head meets Beetlejuice meets PR guy. And his name is Todd something.
You know, they judge you because of who you hang around with. Is your posse just ill?
You know, you ever have those names, people you just don't like? One of the names of people I don't like is Todd. I just don't like Todds. I don't know why. I mean, in fact, if you're a Todd, sorry,
If you're
dude.
down with him, do anything.
To come up with it, we were extremely close, but
Watch
there was an
this.
extreme difference.
What is it about
Sure, get
Todds?
to the point that he wouldn't be hurt by that.
We don't train these kids to handle the responsibilities they have. You put anybody in their position, they're not all going to handle it the right way right off the bat.
Okay, here's my joke.
A promising young pro basketball player is facing legal problems this morning. Police say Philadelphia's Allen Iverson, the NBA Rookie of the Year last season, has been charged with marijuana and firearms
See,
possession.
plants.
There's a
Plants
lot
are
of
illegal.
negative things in my life that I try to get rid of, but they
They
stick
always
around.
come back.
It's like you can hide from the devil.
You know, one thing I love about this documentary is
Gonna always find.
there is a line in here where he's talking to his grandma about Jesus and how he was talking to his grandma, and his grandma he said something, and however his grandma said it, and he said, "I'll never doubt God again." And I'm like, man, I wish I could have heard that sermon, because man, when you just hear it once, you're like, boom. He said, "I'll never doubt God again." The Allen Iverson story.
He was in a car with that had pot, a gun, and the driver was speeding. He wasn't speeding, he was in shotgun, but he got arrested and they put him on probation.
Allen's loyal. If you're down with him, he'll do anything for you. And sometimes I think the loyalty had him keep people around that maybe
That's the Todd guy. I'm like, really? Really?
does.
Now you say,
Check this out. This is really fun.
They judge you because of who
Prayer hands, my kids, is my life.
Back then, when he was doing it, it was like, oh my God, what's an NBA player going to look like with tattoos on the court? Because it just didn't really exist. But it's okay to do it now because he did it.
Thanks, Todd. Hala Shakara. Before Allen Iverson, after.
Allen's tats are a statement. He's a rebel with the cause is Allen.
I used to tell him that you're going to influence the minds of others, like Martin Luther King did, and
Which is
Malcolm
good.
X. And I lived it and I saw it.
Allen Iverson is one of the true representatives of what hip-hop stands for and what it's about in this country. Be unapologetic. Be who you are.
I just express myself and, hopefully the generation...
The footage with his dad or his kids. I mean, he was just the perfect dad. Boom, boom, boom.
He came in, his style, his way. You ain't really gonna find nobody like that besides myself.
He made hip-hop and basketball really come together. He was the bridge.
We take where we're from, and now we have outlets. Television becomes an outlet, magazine covers become an outlet, and now it's out to the world.
Over here, it just seemed different. It seemed like everything.
I mean, international. Well, all right, you'll have to pick it up next time. There's a scene in here where he's getting a tattoo in his kitchen, and I'm like, this is a classic Jonathan Fibonacci hack of Foxworthy's. You might be a redneck, or you might be holla. You might be holla if you've gotten a tattoo in your kitchen. Anyway, my jokes are going to get funnier, I promise, but this guy's story is amazing. It's all here.
I thought it was just the basketball part of it, but I'm finding out people love who I am off the basketball court.
Yeah, it's classic hero's journey. Classic hero's journey. And I just think sport and the story of sport is what I love so much. The story of sport, and how sports are really the best church, the best structure. It's a hero's journey in real life. These are real life, and this is why we worship them. And what we're asking for in our celebrities is we're asking to see literally where they say, "Take me to Jesus. Take me to Jesus." And that's an old Bible phrase, but that's what people are saying. They're saying, "Take me to Jesus. Show me Jesus." And when people encounter Jesus, they're changed forever. And believe it or not, Jesus is a holla nigga. And I see stories like that, and I'm like, yep, it's holla nigga. Story. Fibonacci. Guys, go have a good 2017.